All right, now our series has been on redefining roughouts, and I'm waiting for a roughout to come in, so I wanted to go ahead and do a little project today. And this is something that people continually talk about, and they're not getting it for some reason, and I'm not sure why. And that is when doing a figure out of a block of wood and turning the head on it, in other words. Everybody understands that how they can go straight with a figure, but it's in turning that head is their biggest issue. So let me show you real quickly here how that, let me go ahead and just measure down to do a figure. Let's just measure 4 inches. I don't need 4 inches. Let's see, where's 3.5? Let's just say 3.5 right here. Okay. And let's come down 3.5 inches. All right. And now what we're going to do, and as we've said, we divide the head, the body, and the shoes. So we're going to come up just to probably 1/2 inch, something like that, and that's where the shoes are going to be. So let's go ahead and dig in here to that. Dig in here to that, and I'm going to show you how you can easily turn a head on a figure when you're just using a block of wood. Now this block of wood is only, and it doesn't have to be the same dimension as what I'm using. I'm using a 1 inch by 1 inch, but I think this thing's around 6 inches, and I'm only use about 3.5 of it. But let me show you real quick how we can use this as an advantage of learning how to turn a head. And I remember when I first learned how to turn a head, it was a difficult thing for me too, because it's just not normal how when you look at something how that works. So we're going to try to do that today. Now this is the shoes, of course, right here. And I just want to kind of do this just a little bit, because what we'll do is we'll be cutting this off. Well, you'll be cutting this off, in other words, as we did with the little small figure that we made. So this is our shoes down here. So I'm only going so far. All right, so we've got our shoes here. Now, this will be the body. Let's take let's come down on the head here. Let's just come down about 1 inch. My ruler's getting to where it's one of these little rulers that I have, and you can see I've just about worn out the some areas in it, so it's kind of hard to. Let's just come down, say 1.25 inches, okay? About 1.25 inches here. And we'll make this the head, all right? Okay. Now, let's go ahead and okay. This is a. So let's go ahead and 1.25 inches might seem a little bit. No, that's okay. That's all right. So let's go ahead and let's cut away here. Let's cut away there. And come over here and let's cut away there. Now we only want to come from the front of it right now, okay? We only want to come from the front of it, and this will be our body here. Okay, so we have the shoes, the body, the head. Now, as we look at this, let's go ahead and come back here and just remove a little bit of that. Now, as we look at this, we have to assume that naturally the normal way that most people do wood carvings, if you look at this, the shoes, the body, the head, we have them looking straight ahead, so we work on that. But when it comes, how much easier from working from a block is the fact that you can come over here. First of all, let me go ahead and take a little bit off this pencil I have here, so I get a little bit more, is to come down here and mark, and this will be the centerpiece of our nose right in here. In fact, let's come down a little bit more. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut, and that will be the centerpiece of our nose right there. Okay, that's our nose. So we're going to come back and come over. So what we have to do, and let me take this off right in here. Let me take this off right in here. So what you're doing is you're looking from this side of the piece, just like that. So we're going to kind of come around here and take things off, but this will be our centerpiece. This will be our now, as you know, we're going to take a lot more off here, and this will be come down quite a bit, in other words. Okay, in that sense, we're going to come down, come down. So this is basically even more. This will basically be our nose, where our nose is positioned. So you have to look from that point. Okay? Okay. I could have even brought that nose a little bit lower down here, but that's not necessary. It's not going to hurt anything. And let's bring that nose down some more. And some more, and that's probably going to be about where we want it, in other words, in that sense. And then we'll work from there. Okay, now let's sort of get the top of it here looking this way. Let's clean this up in here just a little bit, because that'll come back a little bit. So what you have to do is you have to look from the sense that, take a little bit more off in there, that you're looking at the figure or the piece from, as you can see, he's looking back out this way. So we come here and it's going to work from that sense right in here. See what I'm saying? So the ears will be over here and back here, and we want to So basically, you already have your head over here. You already have your nose that you can make from the corner. And cut that in there. So everything turns this way. Do you see how the head is now, if you watch it, it's turning, or it's already turned? And you have to look at it from this angle as we turn the head. That's one of the things that is good about working from a corner. And let's go up here with this also. Okay, working from a corner that way. All right, now we're going to draw a line down here and draw one across here, because that will be where our ears will be. Okay, so let's just go ahead and cut there and take off from the inside of the face right there. You see, oh, I'm sorry. And let's go down over here and let's do the same thing. And cut. So as you can see, let's bring this a little bit more in here. As you can see, the head is turning. So let's kind of come over here, just make an ear a little bit bigger, and we can always cut it down, because you have to look at it. The ear would be in this position. All right, see that? All right, let me see. And we won't come down here. Just a little bit with here, which will give us more range for the nose. And let's take the ear and just kind of do this kind of give it the and we come deep into here, take that out like that. So there we are. We're getting a of that. And let's walk over here and let's do the same thing. Sort of a C is what we make. And then remember, we always make the ear bigger than it should be, because then we cut it down. Okay? By all doing this with a knife. Okay, and coming down even more here, and cutting that ear down. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut this back. This would be the hair back here. We're going to cut it back even further. All right. And cut it back even further. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this back right in here. And we can do the same thing if we want to put a hat on him or anything like that, in other words. In which I come back to the ears and I bring, with these pencils, it's really hard to see a lot of things. And I'm going to cut this okay, and then we come back here and from the back of it I just sort of go this way and that way, in other words sort of a V type shape back here. Okay. So you have to look at it as the way that he is looking from the, let me get a little bit more. There we go. And you have to come back to the back of the head and you have to cut this all down so that it brings out the hair. This is in this area. I mean, just sort of and there you are. There you've got basically now let's come down right here, make our cut here. And our age line on the other side that we cut. And then come just like right here. Okay? And we remove a little bit more here. And if we want to, we can go ahead and give him a smile. Let's do that, in other words. Always like to give them a smile a little bit. There we go. Give him a little smile and then come down here and just kind of loop that lower lip just a little bit, okay? Let's come down here and get that like that. Okay? There we go. Take a little bit more off right here. So and to do the eye, just make a little cut up here. Make a little cut there. And then I come up underneath here, make a little triangle cut. Like right here. And a little triangle cut same way, like right there. Make a little cut up here. I'll cut down there. All right. When you get through with him, he's got his little eyes in there. You want to come up underneath here a little bit more too. So there is your head turned. And if you want to, then you can come if I can find it. There it is. Come in here